The slippery slope fallacy. This is one I suspect y'all have heard of, you have seen, you've maybe even called somebody on. This is where we allow, the claim is if we allow this one thing, it's going to slide down this slippery slope into this awful, awful, awful things that are going to end up happening. We saw this a whole lot with the debate on the notion of legalizing gay marriage. Okay. Well, if we let two men get married, then we're just, the next thing you know, we're going to have to let men marry their pigs. You know, it's this notion of, well, we're going to let this one thing. Well, the next thing you know, we're going to let everything in. Parents say this, you know, it's that old saying, if you give an inch, they're going to take a mile. It's that slippery slope idea. And this is, you know, it's just this notion that, you know, slippery slope, it's exactly what it sounds like. You know, if we take one step down, we're just going to slide down the entire hill and end up at the bottom of a pit. Composition fallacy. The composition fallacy is the claim when we claim that something is true of the part, so it must be true of the whole. Okay. Reading from your textbook, each piece of wood that makes up this house is lightweight. Therefore, the whole house is lightweight. Each soldier in the platoon is proficient. Therefore, the platoon as a whole is proficient. Well, every single soldier in the platoon could be wonderful, but if they don't work together, the platoon itself will not be wonderful, right? Likewise, while each individual piece of wood of the house might be, you know, lightweight, I can pick it up, I can't pick up the entire house. It's not lightweight. So the fallacy has to do with where we have several parts, and then we say, well, because it's true of the parts, it must be true of the whole. Doesn't work like that. Well, analogously, the division fallacy says the reverse. If something's true of the whole, it must be true of the parts. This house is heavy, therefore every part of the house is heavy. The platoon is very effective, therefore every member of the platoon is effective. Well, particularly with the second one, what do we mean by effective? An entire platoon can do something that individuals cannot. We've all had, you know, we've constructed something and the whole can do something that the parts can't do. That's sort of the point of putting the parts together into a whole. And to assume that if the whole can do it, the parts can do it is what we call the division fallacy. Now, I understand that we've just spent a lot of time going through all of these informal fallacies, and that might have been a little boring to you, but it's important to your critical thinking. We will see a few of these fallacies in the class. Not a lot, but we will see some. And some of the fallacies you see far more often in everyday life than you do others. But the idea here is that these sorts of logical tools can help you with your critical thinking. They can help you with your encountering of everyday activities. So while I don't expect you're going to go around talking a lot about composition fallacies, it might not be the worst thing in the world if you maybe kept an ear out. See if your friends are committing these fallacies. Mom and dad are committing these fallacies. Co-workers. Just to use the language, practice your critical thinking skills. As always, if you were confused, please be certain that you rewind and re-listen. If you have any questions, please be certain to email me. Just remember that if you don't sign your emails, I won't respond.